Once we start Instagram, you
Turn the
just
volume
mute
down.
your computer.
Okay, we got
Yeah,
this.
so
Be on here to share some of the incredible knowledge that they always drop to all of us. Sasha and Grace, they are sisters, and we are all part of our beautiful doTERRA family. So let me get the Instagram started.
Grab some oils too.
So I'm gonna start. Okay, so we are on Instagram too, and I'll wait for you to hop on. Hello Instagram. So we are in two cameras, this camera and that camera, and we are now live in 6 different platforms. Hi Grace. So I'm gonna add you. Okay, I sent you the invite, Grace.
Hi.
Hello. Sweet. Perfect. Awesome.
So much fun. I love that we can stream from so many places through Haps, and hopefully Haps will allow us to collaborate with Instagram a little more easily. So we're looking at the same camera.
Yes, see, I think soon Instagram will be able to add the streaming option directly on Haps, right? So that will make life so much easier.
we'll stream to the
But
whole
it's kind of
world.
fun doing 2 cameras too. You feel like
You feel like super
you're
tech
so
savvy.
techie.
Yeah.
But so not. I'm not, guys. I learned how to do this thing like beginning of the pandemic, okay? Which I'm really grateful to Olivia for teaching me how to get these things working. So today, so we always have Oily Hour. Olivia is not able to be here with us today. She is super loaded with so many different things, pets included, but she sends her love. And so today every Monday we do Oily Hour at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and we talk about different topics. And today our topic is about wellness. So usually the topics are around doTERRA, wellness, empowerment, family, and anything that's going on in the world. Last week we talked about mental health. Sasha was here with us too, so she spoke on it. It was awesome. And so today we're talking wellness. We have this diagram in doTERRA called the wellness diagram, and it talks about each area of life that is connected to your wellness. And so I'm gonna invite beautiful Grace to share a little bit about that.
Oh, I like that because Pam was like, I feel like there's a trigger around pyramid, and I like that in doTERRA this is fluid. Like this is actually changed a couple times. And I think that's like a real testament to like health and wellness in general. It's not a one size fits all, and when we find something better, we're gonna integrate something, and we're always synthesizing. So in doTERRA, people oftentimes think we're just an essential oil company, but we're so much more. We're really a lifestyle company, and we're wanting to promote like a proactive lifestyle because there's a saying that goes, I think Ben Franklin said it. He's like, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And I truly believe that because like living like a vibrant, very like full life is really about health, right? And having your wealth. Health is wealth. Health equals wealth. So when we look at this pyramid diagram, the foundation is eating right. And like I was saying, we're not just an essential oil company, we're a lifestyle company. So things like our essential oil or our supplements, that's our best, are the top seller. That's our number one product for a really good reason. Because this is the foundation. This is what bridges all the gaps in our perhaps nutritional deficiencies, because we know our produce is not what it is, what it was back in the day. I think you have to eat like I think Rick told me it was like 7 oranges equal like 1 orange from back in the maybe 50s.
Yeah.
So yeah, our soil is very depleted, and this is just a really amazing way to bridge those gaps so that when you do take your essential oils, they work that much more effectively. And then I studied, like my background is sports science, and my specialty is in disease prevention. So we know that exercise impacts so much about our well-being, and it will help to reduce the chances of things like COPD and heart disease, diabetes, like so many things that are prevalent in our society. And exercise is so important, even if it's like 30 minutes of just moderate to low impact exercise, even if it's broken up in like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here, like just throughout the day, like getting out and moving your body is so, so important. And then I thought I would see if Sasha wanted to talk a little bit more about rest and stress management.
Yeah, so I wanted to piggyback on exercise really quickly. I taught a gut class last week, and I touched on the fact that athletes, people that consistently exercise, have a more diverse, sturdy or robust microbiome. So we know that our gut is home to trillions of bacteria that essentially, they are our immune system. They impact many functions in our body, including immunity, digestion, cognitive function. So exercise is one of those ways that we can make healthier, more well our gut. Rest and managing stress, I mean, that plays a huge part in how healthy our belly is. And I really do say our gut is the home of our health and our wellness, at least in our body. But rest and managing stress it's critical. Cortisol is a stress hormone that our body naturally creates. And so I love using oils like lavender, balance, those woodsy oils to really ground us, to help minimize that cortisol level, as well as keep our microbiome healthy, because we know cortisol actually can kill off those bacteria. I think the main way that I use oils is for my mental stability, helping me stay out of that stressful, chaotic state. So oils for me, like, they are in the middle of that pyramid because I use it constantly, day to day. I bookend my day with oils for my mental wellness.
And isn't it crazy? Like, I don't know about you guys, but if I break my routine of using oils like first thing in the morning, it really does impact like my mental well-being, and then as well as like my productivity. I notice, like, if I break those healthy habits even for a few days, I'm like, oh, I'm out of rhythm. I gotta get back to my oils, because it really just grounds you back in the lifestyle and like what it is. Those, it's like little markers. I feel like they're little markers, like reminding you, oh.
Yeah. Let's talk about reducing toxic load, because, I mean, one of the reasons why we turn to natural solutions is because we recognize the toxic load that we have outside in the world, as well as in our kitchen, in our beauty products as well. So what oils do you use for reducing toxic load, and why is it important?
I earlier today responded to someone's a poll on Instagram, and she's like, have you ever smoked? And I was like, I've never gotten into smoking cigarettes. Like, that was never my thing. She goes, well, it's amazing that you never got into smoking cigarettes, but she said, did you know that using like harsh cleaners in your home just once a week is equivalent to smoking, I can't even remember the amount of cigarettes, but it was like equivalent to smoking harsh chemicals in your cigarettes. And I was like, that is amazing. Like, it's just so crazy how we come in contact with so many chemicals in our day-to-day and really don't even think twice about it. And Maverick's going crazy in the back. So yeah, I think it's, yeah. He's gonna be naked too.
Hey, bugger.
So yeah, this is really big for me. When I was pregnant, I was like the smells in my cleaners. And hi, Maverick.
Hi, Maverick. Buddy
Here,
wants
come
to say hi.
This is Maverick. So yeah, the harsh, like synthetic scents, I became much more sensitive to it, and the things that I put on my floor, because now my baby was crawling on the floor and eating things off of the floor and like putting his mouth on everything, and just like, gosh, I feel like when you become a mom, you really start like, you microscope in on everything in your home. And then if it didn't feel safe for me to put it on my skin while pregnant, then why would I be using it if I wasn't pregnant? So things like On Guard. On Guard was my go-to before Abode came out, and now like I'm obsessed with Abode. Like I liked. Are you? Okay, kids.
I want to work on it. Yep. Hey.
Sorry, my microphone was closed. So here we're back. So I took some notes as Grace was speaking, and I'm speaking on LLV, the Lifelong Vitality Pack supplement. So if you are confused about supplements, or if you don't know where to start, thank you, Pablo. That was my thing when I started in this world of being proactive, right? Proactive is definitely the word of what we do here. And one of my first connections to supplements was with health food stores. So I started taking supplements before I was introduced to doTERRA. And I remember I used to take 23 different supplements, right? I had a very specific condition, health condition that I had to take care of at that time. And so I understood the power of having supplements, because especially after you turn 30, you don't have everything, and you don't have everything, period, right? Even if you have an impeccable diet. But I understood at that time, then I got introduced to doTERRA. So the Lifelong Vitality Pack are 3 bottles only, 3 supplements that had more than what I used to take the 23 different bottles for, right? So that was a game changer for me. And I was super impressed because of the results I got in less than a week. So if you take the Lifelong Vitality Pack and you don't like it, you can take it for a whole month. You send the bottles back empty, they'll refund you 100%. That's why it is it's our number one product in doTERRA. So to go a little bit into the measuring wellness, because that's a thing people say, how do I measure wellness? So some people will measure by how they look, how they feel. Others will do by numbers, right? You're going to go check your cholesterol levels or your weight, or your health status. Can be a combination of different elements, right? Or both. But also I believe in really checking your energy levels, all the things that Sasha and Grace mentioned: your exercise, your habits, your diet, your stress level, your weight. Yes, that's something that you can measure. You can take a look at. And so, but also we can also take a look at what we are exposed to, and that also measures our wellness. But over all of that stuff, if you don't count any of the things that you can try to measure, it's simply how you feel. How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? Do you feel sluggish? Do you feel like, I'm super excited, like I can't wait to wake up? That's my thing. I can't wait. I'm so excited for the day. Sometimes I have to force myself to sleep because I'm excited for what's to come the next day. Okay, I'm that person. But I want you're here. I want you to take a moment and imagine what your life would look like if you had better health. And that's something that I had to stop and think about when I got diagnosed over 10 years ago, um, what I needed to take a look at that I had denied for a long time, which was not only physical health, but was also emotional and spiritual health. And I had denied that for a long time. And you've seen this quote before: if you don't make time for health, you're going to have to make time for disease, right? So, and that is when Grace said, one, it's a lifestyle. And so every time we do lives, I take notes because those are bullets that are important for us to kind of emphasize. It is not even just a lifestyle. For me, doTERRA is a movement. So when people talk to me about doTERRA, it has really, truly become the core of what I do and live and talk about and teach and learn. And so I look at doTERRA as such a big, amazing, powerful vehicle for us to be able to have the tools necessary for to have this lifestyle. And when you said bridging the gap, and I say doTERRA is my bridge. So doTERRA is my bridge in many different ways. It's my bridge, the bridge back to my country, right? So that's how I got back to Brazil, the bridge back to a lot of my friends and family, and the bridge back to myself. That's how that this trajectory has happened for me in doTERRA. And it was, yes, through now prevention, right, that you spoke on. But for me, it wasn't prevention. I came here because I was trying to do damage control. And my invitation to you is that you don't have to get to that place for you to be able to be proactive in living a better lifestyle. And one last thing is when Maverick walked in, right when she was talking about prevention, right? But what are we leaving for this next generation? What we do, they are sponges. So all the mommies here, if you're a mom, you know that. So everything you do, they are watching you like a hawk. So everything I do, I have 3 mini-me's at home. They do exact the same things. So one of the things that I thought was so cool is the Essential Glow Challenge that we started on the 15th. Addie saw the ebook and she just clicks on the video, right? So we have a great ebook. So for you that are, if you're interested, want to learn a little bit more about this, we'll send you the ebook. She clicks on the links and it opens up the videos, which is super easy to learn. So she looked at the video and she goes, oh, they do everything you do, right? Because there are different leaders doing that. And so Addie has been, since I started dry brushing and doing the gua sha, she asked me, can I have one too? So everything that I do, she asks me if she can have one too. So Addie has her dry brush, her gua sha, and she does it. She doesn't do it every day, but she does it. When she sees me doing it and she's up at that, because I wake up super early, she starts doing it herself. And so I feel that if you can create a mental picture in your head of what your life would look like if you could have more energy, if you could have the ability to do some activities that you might not be able to do right now, how would having better health could impact your life and the lives of the ones that you are influencing? That's one thing that I want us to be able to stop and kind of let that sink in.
You're so spot on with them, like just mimicking everything. Because he'll go into my oils now and he's like, I need the purple one. And he knows which ones he wants or needs in a moment, which I think is really amazing. But yeah, it's really like
Totally.
creating a legacy.
Yeah, and a holistic one.
Yeah,
You point out the definition of wellness, and it's not just physical wellness, but it's absolutely spiritual, mental wellness, and how you design that yourself is so much part of the fun. And
yeah.
like Addie, for instance, is already picking up on how fun that is. It's becoming natural, right? It's not a chore; it's a hobby. Figuring out
Yes,
what makes you
it
tick,
becomes
what
you.
you yourself need.
Yeah, and part of this structure that we're talking about with the lifestyle, like one of them is informed self-care, right? And I think like them having tools and seeing like, oh, this is how you like manage yourself and take care of yourself. Because Pamela's always saying self-care is a right, right? It's not a privilege, it's a right. Like it's a right to feel good and experience pleasure in ourselves. And I think it's easier for people to avoid pain and live in a place of fear, and so we get kind of stuck in that, where when you can move into a place of informed self-care, you're really moving yourself into like a place of self-esteem. Like you're loving yourself and you're putting yourself like a plant in the right place in your home with the right light in the right pot, and you're watering yourself and you're really nurturing yourself. And I think that's so important for living like a full life, and that's part of what is in this structure when we're looking at like our doTERRA
And it's
wellness
the
lifestyle.
foundation, right?
Absolutely.
And it's the
Yeah,
foundation. So
absolutely.
if we think about like the whole diagram, and people, when I first looked at it, and I go, whoa, that's a lot of stuff, right? So for you that is just getting started, obviously we didn't start like this. We learned, and we call it stacking. We stacked healthy habits on top of each other. So today it became a habit, so it's second nature. I wake up and I know my thing. I know what I need to do, and it takes me 10 minutes to get everything done. In fact, I just posted everything on TikTok. So to make it easy for people to learn, it's made in a minute, sometimes 30 seconds, for you to see how you can just start igniting this habit, these triggers that will just make you do things, and you're gonna get so much faster at doing them, right? First, you gotta learn, you're gonna take a little time and invest a little time, because you're investing time when you're learning something, but then you get faster and better at it, so you don't have to prepare so much. That's for everything in life. But the number one cause of poor health, according to the American Medical Association, and it's supported by a ton of research overall, is nutrition. So nutrition is the number one cause of poor health. So in the modern day, right, that we have all these health concerns, cardiovascular is a big problem, and metabolic related diseases are also deeply rooted in how we are feeding ourselves, right? So we know that our food isn't the best. Even if you say, I'm healthy already, that was my thing. I used to tell people that would try to educate me on why supplements were good. And I'll be like, yeah, but I'm good. I eat so well, right? But if you really take a look, I just met my friend's husband who focuses on regenerative agriculture. And that's something that I'm going to bring here. Eventually, I've spoken to him about maybe hopping onto one of our oily hours to talk a little bit about that, because it's all related. We have soil depletion, which is huge, and we have pesticides, GMO, herbicides, and all this stuff is contributing to us not having the micronutrients that we need. So even if you think I'm super healthy, you'd be surprised, because I thought the same. And you can some of the symptoms too. How can I figure out if I have the stuff, if I'm lacking nutrition? Most of us are, even people that supplement, by the way. Skin, hair, nails. If your nails are brittle, that's a big sign. So you can, and some of the acute signs of deficiencies you can see, like even in your irritability, your mood swings, right? So if you don't have energy all the time, if you're in the mood, like if you're in such a bad mood all the time, so maybe that is connected to lack of good nutrition. And one of the things too about the way that I started implementing these healthy habits is, it's like taking one step at a time. So don't try to do everything at once, because it gets overwhelming. And that's one of the reasons why we put together the Essential Glow Challenge, to make it simple for you to get something started. Just get something started, right? So if you get one thing in and you practice it for a couple of weeks, a month, then get another thing in. And then you practice for a month, and then you stack them. Oh, now you have three things. And that's, I would say, the best way to get this lifestyle going, right? How was it for you and Sasha when you started LOV? Because that's the first step that we have for everybody first, right? You get the foundation first, and then you step into the other stuff.
I'm always backwards. I don't know why. I have to start somewhere in the middle. It's just the way I do things.
So where did you start?
I didn't get on LLV till I was postpartum. And I was like, Pamela, my hair's falling out. I'm like, I need help. You're like, are you at LLV? And I was like, no, should I? You're like, yes, like yesterday. So yeah, I noticed like a huge difference when I switched. And then I went vegan, and I realized at convention there was a nutritionist talking, and she was like, a lot of vegans don't get enough protein, and that's why like they'll notice brittle hair and nails. Because I was like, you know, prior to it, the LLV, I felt like great. My hair, my skin, my nails, like everything felt great, but I realized I needed more protein. So I literally just started supplementing with doTERRA's vegan protein. And like, I don't want to throw too much at you guys, but really it's amazing. Like, I just threw a little bit of peanut butter in there and some banana and mix it up in a blender. I was like, this is exactly what I needed. I felt like that was just
And for the
next level.
littles, true, right? For moms,
Mavericks.
I just make the
Babies.
smoothies and they just drink everything. My children just drink everything. So you have the greens, the fiber, the protein, the fruits, and the vegetables.
That's
Everything
awesome.
is in there. So it's kind of like guaranteed that it's
Yeah,
good.
it's so good. It's so
And
good.
it makes you feel better as a mother.
And then I was at a party not too long ago, and she was like, you know, my husband, he's been up like a couple nights, like throwing up. He's like, we couldn't figure out what it was, and we realized it was this protein supplement. And even though it said it was organic and all of this like stuff on the label, they went online and they researched a little bit more to find out there was like really poor reviews because people had done tests and they found heavy metals in there and like pesticides, like things that you don't want in your diet. And that's what I just love about doTERRA is you know what you're gonna get. You know there's quality and you're not gonna have to deal with any of that. So yeah, I'm super
Yeah,
grateful for the supplement line
we
now.
had one time we had, I think it was a protein company or something like that had a recall because there was a bacteria in their product.
Yeah.
And same thing with any
It's
product,
common.
right? So you want to make sure that these products are tested. Just a few weeks ago, Luke, my husband, just showed me an article that talked about bacteria in these products that killed some children in the mainland. So I think Kansas, because he's from Kansas, that's why he told me. And it was being sold at Walmart, and the label said aromatherapy cleaner or something like that. So because the term is so popular and it became such a big thing, right? Essential oils are such a big thing now. Everybody uses them. Everybody knows about them. So like anything else, you will be duped by having some adulteration of these products. And that's something we've talked about before with Dr. Gabriela here about adulteration and why doTERRA is different. But going back to what we were talking about here, which is wellness, and my goal is every single time I present on this sometimes, right, is to make choices. So it all comes down to choices. So my intention is always to remind ourselves and to remind myself every single day, I have choices. I make the choices. I'm the only one that can make the choices for myself, for my children. And I want us to reflect. There was a reflection that I gave for one of the doTERRA presentations, and the regeneration of our bodies, right? It takes about 7 to 10 years, some weeks, some months for your body to completely regenerate from head to toe. So for your skin, it takes 2 to 4 weeks. For your liver, something like 150, 400 days, depending on the person. For your lungs, 6 weeks. So our lungs are just over a month old. And the taste buds, it takes about 10 days.
Right.
And our heart, about 20 years. So what kind of heart do you want to have in 20 years? And that's something for us to reflect on, because the choices you're making today, is making you, basically, literally, it's making you in 20 years. So I want to have a healthy, strong heart. So that's what I'm feeding myself, what I'm feeding myself today, mentally, emotionally, physically. And one last quote that I want to leave everybody with is you make your choices, and your choices make you. And a healthy man has many dreams. A sick man has only one. And that has been something that was very powerful for me to read when I was starting my journey into trying to find myself and get my health back and understand how I can heal this mind, this body, and this soul. So it's been such a cool wellness journey.
Wow, thank you for sharing that quote. What a journey you have been on, and to see you in this position of leadership and influence, right? And helping people just find their why and why they want to be healthy. What's the dream you want to go for, so that you can have this able body and this strong mind and this heart, this passion to move forward with it. So fun.
Yeah, I love
Super
it.
fun.
The glow up is real. I know, I'm like, I want to look and feel better than, I just want to keep looking and feeling better than ever.
Yeah.
And I think it's possible.
Yes. So we have a few comments here. Pablo sent thanks for the heart. And OG Classic Jones, will we get an audio tutorial in the future? Yes, that's a good question. I would love that. And Pablo, when are we gonna be able to stream on Instagram?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
So if you guys are not familiar with Haps is a platform where you can stream on many platforms at once. And Olivia Tai introduced us. So I do recommend it. It's a little bit different to get started like everything else, but once you get the hang of it, it's quite cool. So we're on right now on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and on Haps all at the same time. So I find that pretty awesome. So instead of just posting and reposting, I are doing it again. Sweet. So anybody that has questions about this lifestyle, what we're about, what we do, how we can help you, how can I serve you, how can we serve you, how can you get started, baby steps for you to be able to stack these habits. We're always here, heart open, mind open, ready to help you out. Thank you, my loves,
Absolutely.
2 beautiful sisters. I'm so grateful for you.
So
And
grateful for
us
you.
to you. Yes.
We love communing with you, building this legacy with you.
Happy Monday,
Me too.
friends.
I love being with you. Happy Monday. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you again on Monday at the hour. Bye.